and welcome to the channel. My name is Karsha Goblin, this is the Goblin Cave, and we are live with another episode of Prince of the Apocalypse. Honestly, I would say the number of episodes, but I'm kind of actually confused because we had a couple weeks off and I lost track a little bit somewhere. So here we are with all our cast today. We are missing Ninjavo. He's getting married tomorrow, so that's a thing.
Oh, congrats, Sam.
He was actually going to be here today, even though he's getting married tomorrow, but he had to do he had to help set up his wedding. So that's more important, and we all wish him good luck, and hopefully he has some fun and not a stressful day tomorrow, and hopefully he doesn't get stood up. But I don't think that's going to happen. But just a quick shout out before we do all the introductions. Thank you for Syrinscape. We're using Syrinscape for all our sounds and audios, introductions, break times, and things like that, because epic games require epic game sounds. Yes, I know, that's Syrinscape's line, not mine. That's much better than what I would think of. So we'll just do a quick who we are and introductions, and maybe who our characters are as well. So who wants to go first?
Oh, okay.
No, you go ahead.
By all means, by all means.
All right. I'm Kamali. I play Robert Ralph the Beard. Come on, bask in his awesomeness, because I think he's going to fly today.
Is falling flying? I don't know.
It's falling with grace.
Falling with style.
Yeah.
Falling in the other direction.
Who's next? Yep.
My name's Sky Blue Shinx, or Marco, and I play Kip the Kobold Fighter, who's currently in disguise and hating every second of it.
There's a cute little dragonborn.
Cool, well, baby.
I guess I'll go. My name is Kadan, and my name is Will. Role play. My name is Kadan, and I play. My name is Will, and I play Kadan, the Human Grave Cleric. I guess this is the time that we're gonna go find out what's exactly going on in the Spire. Yeah,
Maybe.
I'm Peach, or Mars. I play So, the human rogue, and I'm just so proud of having a real baby.
Bite me.
I just love the overlays were perfect timing. Will, when you introduce yourself as Kadan, your name was actually Kadan at the time, and so when you said you're human, it's come up tiefling. Just perfect timing. Perfect timing. And my name's Cast the Goblin, and I'm the GM, host, whatever you would like to call it, storyteller,
Proprietor.
yeah, that too. But most of the time I sit back and just watch everyone else do their thing, because it's more entertaining than me setting up random encounters, which I probably should be doing while they're doing that. Which is also why I've started doing the random encounters offline in the prep the night before, because it's more entertaining for me to at least watch everyone. So if you want to subscribe, please, we're an affiliate channel, so you can do a subscription. It always helps out the channel, and it really means a lot to us. You also get access to some of our emotes that we have in the channel. If you want to follow, even better, like, spread the word. You'll get notified when we're doing shows and when we're online. We don't always advertise when we're online, because sometimes it's just an impromptu thing. We're trying to work out schedules and whatnot here, at least for the not role-playing games, for sure. And I'm not going to advertise, hey, I'm doing Dungeon Master prep, and have all my cast members come up and watch what I'm doing. So don't always advertise what I'm doing here on the channel. You can also directly donate to the channel as well. Again, it makes a huge difference. It's really costly to put on a role-playing show. For this 4 hours of showtime, it's actually really a lot of work and a lot of stuff going on. But other than that, just sit back, enjoy the show. Hopefully you love it, because I know I do as the host here. So we'll cut through to where we are and do a little bit of a backstory, a little bit of just an update of where we are, because it's been a couple of weeks.
Oh boy.
There we go. So here we find ourselves on the Feathergale Spire. The Feathergale Spire is a pinnacle of white tower. Looks like a finger reaching up to the heavens in the middle of canyons and whatnot, in the nearby mountain ranges. The Feathergale Spire is an old fortification that's been revamped recently by a Waterdavian noble group called the Feathergale. The Feathergale Flying Society, I believe it is. They're a bunch of nobles that like to fly really expensive creatures. So think of it as a bunch of rich toffs driving their supercars, but these ones fly. That's pretty much it. From what the players have seen, they're fairly extravagant. At least the leader is quite extravagant, quite personable at least. And they're at the top of the spire with a giant vulture on either side of the spire, and a few of the Feathergale knights looking out and surveying and scouting the area. We're here because the party found there were some graves on a hill which they investigated, or others investigated, and found that there was a dwarf, a human which had a surcoat of a dwarven settlement nearby. Actually, quite not too close, but it's kind of in the area of Mirabar. And there was also some other people in armor and someone with feathers and whatnot on a cloak. Also, a strange thing in the peculiarity was that a lot of the arrows in the fight in that area seemed to have been shot from downwards, like from the air down into the ground, which is kind of a strange thing. And then they spotted the spire in the distance. So 2 and 2 makes 5, and here we are. What, huh? No?
No, please.
Makes sense to me.
Continue. Please continue, big brother.
Makes sense to me. 2 and 2 makes 7. So we find ourselves at the spire. The reason why Kip is disguised is because he didn't want to be, what was it?
I believe my party considered that I might be attacked being a kobold.
Okay. But it's
I reluctantly agreed.
yes. Reluctantly,
Gotta
it totally
bang
wasn't
the
Kip's
job.
decision. And the disguise role being a 20 as a dragonborn child, not baby, but child.
Baby.
Baby. Like,
Toddler.
yeah, toddler. But Kip being only 2 foot tall can kind of fit that maybe. It's just all the weapons and everything else that he usually carries is being carried elsewhere. So we've gone up to we've met the front door by, where? I've got to try to find the names of people. No, he's still at the front door. Nope, he's still there. You met at the front door by one of the knights, Savra, and he took you up to the spire because you came as friends seeking aid, seeking essentially a night's stay. He spoke to Thrall Moroska, so I had to look at that closely, and he's the commander of the tavern, of the unit. He's invited you to stay. He's quite warm and friendly, and he's announced that there's going to be a feast tonight because it's the 10th anniversary of the Feathergale Flying Society. This is where we left off, essentially. Apart from the fact that the pinnacle spires have looking spyglasses on each point, and no one was willing to go out to have a look at actually what they're looking at. Because it's a good 200-300 feet down, or maybe even further
So
into the.
death.
It's a long way.
Yes.
It's a long, long way down. But you can see a lot from here. You can even see in the distance Red Lark, the lights of Red Lark and whatnot, in the township. And to the other direction, to the north and to the east, it's mostly hills and so yeah. So what would you like to do? that's our stage.
I
First thing
thought.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I mean, I thought we left it in that we were going back to our rooms.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
fine. Yes.
Thank
So,
you.
Severin was going to actually make some rooms for you, so you can actually go back, so you can actually put down your things and whatnot. On the way down, Severus says that if you'd like me to do a tour of the place, I can get one of the knights to. Also, I'll get the Windward to actually help with the young one, and she can babysit for a while you can explore, because this is a military building, so we don't want a young one running around the place. And the Windward, she's a kind-hearted one. She'll be able to actually take care of the young one for a while, in a safe environment at least.
Oh, wholeheartedly
He's
agree.
he's a little bit fussy with new people.
Oh,
He's a little fussy with new people. Is my only worry.
I'm sure she'll be able to handle a little dragon like this one. And
There's a daycare. There's a daycare built into the spire.
there's not a daycare, but the Windward has experience with handling large crowds and small crowds. She's a bard. She'll be okay.
Oh, of course.
She's a caring one. She's a caring sort. Not the military like of the others in the here. I wouldn't trust babysitting to any of the initiates or the knights.
Are there other children, or is it just
No.
our?
There's just the
Okay.
initiates and the knights.
All right.
Which can be children.
You haven't seen any young people here. Even those that are not in the full knight armor don't look to be young. Some of them, like maybe 30s, even 40s, and they're still classed as initiates in the society. But as what I would like everyone except for Kip to do a spot check or a perception.
Perception.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Perception.
Yep,
Forgot to have my character sheet up.
that's kind of
6
useful.
seconds.
It's kind of useful.
I'm not very perceptive. 7.
Okay. Ward also says that he'll help out with the babysitting.
Okay.
Well, he's not here.
More have fun.
Yeah, he's not here. So even with the 23, you notice when Kip's handed off to the Windwards that she seems to smile and take him carefully. The others don't really get a look because there's not really a good look of what's going on. So I'll put everyone kind of. There's so many lines and barriers here, so it's a bit hard. So Kip will be here, and so
Oh, there's a thing
there
down
we
there.
go. There's a thing down there. So that's where Kip is, and you're essentially the next level down from the spire. And I'll put Ward down there too because he's not really here. There we go. And so at least you know he's in this section here. Okay.
Okay.
And just for Kip, just for Marco,
Yeah.
as you enter the room, you're actually handed to a woman which looks awfully familiar. It is Meredith the Bard from the tavern.
I wait.
The door closes. Ward comes in and he sits on one of the beds, and the room itself is not actually Spartan. There's 2 windows in the room. It's almost a curtain that separates the 2 sides of the room, where her side seems to be quite lavishly decorated with colours and things like that. The other side, more military, and there's a desk as well on the other side, where her side it's a lot more, there's chairs and couch and things like that, a lot more homely environment. and Ward just goes and sits on the other side. But yes, you're given into the arms of Meredith.
As soon as the door closes, I sort of jump out, rip back like the hood, and say, "Meredith, what are you doing here?"
What? Kip? What?
Sorry.
What?
Yes,
What?
I'm sorry. This is really fucking embarrassing, but I was thought I'd be safer if I was in a disguise. Whatever that is supposed to mean.
And Will goes, "Oh no, he's escaped. Baby, go back, babe. No, he's baby."
Ward, shut up. But it's great. This is great, actually, because you're here and do you work with these people?
Yeah, I have they gave me a permission of or position of Windward. It's not a military thing, but I get to play here. They put me up. I get to live here, and the captain says that he may transfer me to like up the chain to. Apparently, his commander is even more appreciative than bards. Because, I mean, who would have known that nobles like to pay people like bards to be on their staff all the time? So I don't mind that.
This is good. So, all right. What's happened is there's been worry that I'd be attacked for being a kobold, but now you're here. You can vouch for me. You know these people, so this is great. We can just dispense with this stupid disguise, and everything could just be normal. I can be, I can have a bit of dignity back.
Oh, I do know them that they may not. It may probably be best to keep the disguise outwardly.
Really?
It may be the best. They may be open, but they are military. If they think that you came in here under false pretenses, they may think you're a spy.
Well, I'm. Look, I show the silver dagger emblem on my belt. Does this count for nothing anymore? I worked so hard to get this, and it seems like it doesn't fucking matter.
It may be a case of they're military, so if they think that you're a spy, it may be best to keep the fact that you're hidden. And
No, I'm not. I'm clearly not a spy. Why would I be? Who would I be spying for?
I don't know.
Some Warren in the sewers? No, I'm
They're all nobles.
with the silver daggers.
They're all nobles. They're all weird. These aren't my people. They're probably not your people. They're nobles. They don't take kindly. Well, a lot of them from the times I've worked with nobles before, I've worked in court before. There's a lot of backstabbing. There's a lot of infighting, and whatnot. A lot of spying on everybody else. So it may be best just to keep quiet. If needed, I can try to vouch for you, but it's not going to be easy. It may be actually better to just to keep it up, at least for the meantime.
Fine.
If you come back at another time, and you can come back open, that may be better. But right now,
You know what? I'm just gonna stay in this room. I'm just gonna stay in this room until we leave this place, because I can't be doing.
I've got mostly free roam in here. If you want to go to the kitchens, you can see the animals.
I don't think I'm interested anymore.
If you want to be open, I'll try to vouch for you. I'll petition the captain. I mean, I'm sure he'll understand, but it's just it's risky.
Can you? I don't know. It's so hard to know how people will react to me.
You've just got to be yourself. And
I would hope that being educated people, they might not jump to a horrific conclusion the second they saw me. But
I find educated people are usually the worst at that. Because the education has a slant, often. It's the uneducated that are more open.
I think I've made my. I think it's too late now. If I'm both a kobold and a liar, then no, I'll just stay in this room. I don't want to belittle myself anymore. I don't want to go out there and pretend to be a child, but I don't want any trouble, so I'm just gonna stay here.
Well, guys, I'll stay on this side. This bed's a bit bigger anyway.
Yeah.
And he starts walking over to the desk. And as Meredith doesn't really see, because once again there's a curtain blocking the two sides of the room. So not a huge amount of privacy. But she can hear him going through the desk and just looking at things. Meredith goes, no, that's the commander's. No, you're not supposed to touch that. Just.
Wait, the commander that sleeps in here?
Yes, that's the commander's side. He wouldn't put us next. Wouldn't put us. Like he wouldn't put the Windward with the troops. I'm not military. So is it Ward? Please stop. Just don't stop touching. Stop.
Ward,
Just go back
talk to
and
your
lay
mum.
down on the bed, or just something. Don't touch anything. Have a rest. Is it night time? Are you sleepy?
ironic, isn't it, that the biggest of us is the, well...
And she's...
Yet I have to play the child.
Yeah. Look, I'll see what I can do with the commander. Just give me some time.
Yes, okay. Let's just speak to him first, okay? Just him.
Is there
then...
anyone... You say that you didn't want to be this. Is there anyone we can blame?
Blame?
Deflect
No. No, I needed... No. It's my fault for agreeing to this stupid idea, so I'll take the blame.
Okay.
But just sort of bring him here, and... Well, when he comes in, don't bother him anymore. Just let it happen when it happens.
Well, I'll go and speak to him.
Okay.
I'll go and speak to him. Just keep that away from the captain's belongings. And
Yes,
she leaves the
yeah.
room.
Keep a rein on this one.
And she leaves the room. She leaves the room. You will have free reign in the room.
I don't do anything.
That's up to you. There are things on the captain's desk. Meanwhile,
Yeah, I don't want to, make myself look worse than I already have.
okay. Meanwhile, the three of you are given a tour of the building. What would you like to see?
I'd like to see the animals.
I thought that was going to be common.
Before I see anything, have I seen, if this is all noble, have I seen anyone familiar or any fancy
No.
boots?
No, not one thing that you've noticed is not a single one of them is wearing a signet ring to indicate that they've got the bearing of nobility. They certainly have that, but not a single one is wearing a signet ring to indicate their heraldry or the nobility.
As I walk around, can I just have a casual glance and see if there's anyone that I might recognize with Watcher's Eye?
You can do a roll for your Watcher's Eye, yeah. But what are you looking for specifically? Or people
Ruffians? People that may have been on a city watch list for
Okay,
some
yep.
reason.
Yep.
Okay. What do you want me to roll for that? There it is.
Yeah, I think
On
it's
the-
on your sheet. I've set it up for you. So you think it's the opposite? You think these were either guards, as in noble families that have been worked in the guards, or that line of things. They are certainly not ruffians at all.
Okay.
And that's right across the board on all of these people. From the initiates
Okay.
to the knights, they all look to be, yep. As for also the signet rings, Tarulma also does have of Moroska does have a large signet ring, but it's not heraldic by nature. So, but it's also high quality.
Okay.
So you would know.
He's
Yep.
he's near us, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna approach him casually.
Of course.
I have to say, I've noticed your ring. It's beautiful. It's not one I'm familiar with in my circle.
Yep. Do you have an appraise or observation or whatnot? Or I think wouldn't be investigation. It'd be what is it? Just a perception, really.
Perception?
Yep, because you are asking about it, and he'll take it off and he'll show you. I'm just gonna move to where I am.
A 9.
A 9. Okay. So I just need to move my things down. There we go. So even with a 9, you notice that it's from Waterdeep. And you know it's probably one of the higher of the jewelers from Waterdeep, as in its craft. So it's very thick, chunky gold, but the engravings on it are quite well detailed, and the style is definitely Waterdavian. But the engraving's fine enough, and the engravings are of feathers on the actual ring itself. But it doesn't have anything more it can tell you. But he says, oh yes, it's I had this made when it was a gift to me when I left the Waterdavian the Air Force, the Griffin Riders in Waterdeep. It used to be a signal of rank. But now I have my own rank. Now we have our own society, and we're not the corruption. We don't have the corruption that Waterdeep has. We'll go back to Waterdeep one day, and we'll clean out that city. We'll clean out that corruption.
It must have been hard to leave home. I know the feeling of what it's like to leave home.
Yep.
Must have been hard on you.
Perception from the three of you that are still there. That's Kadan, Robold.
So they've been
Well.
doing so well. Oh,
Oh no!
I'm such
One of the night.
I'm so good at looking for things.
Okay, so we have two opposites. We'll have two opposites. And I'm not going to say which one's which. But one of you will believe that he actually feels the same as So, where, yes, it's really hard to leave home and it's very traumatic. The other believes that he may have been ran out of home. But I'm not going to tell you which one was which. 'Cause I'm,
Interesting.
yes, but I'm not going to tell you which one was which.
Oh boy.
Because otherwise you'll know which one is true, which one is false.
Oh. What's the point of rolling high?
Bad.
Because you also got a fumble.
What's it called? I'm gonna ask. This is what was the? I didn't catch his name again.
Thrall Moroska. He's up here.
Oh, this is the boss.
This is the commander, yes.
Okay. I'm gonna ask. Do you have a? I'm gonna ask. Do you have a? Well, I know you are so kind to give us rooms. Do you have any people that need to be healed or need some assistance from a cleric or some dead to be buried?
No. We bury our own dead when we need to, but if they don't survive the initiations and the training, then well, they're not supposed to get past the initiate stage. Our knights can fend for themselves. And he looks across to the both knights up top here.
The initiation. Is it that strenuous? Initiation.
We teach our knights, our initiates, to not rely on otherworldly things or material possessions, to rely on only what is around them.
Only what is around them.
Yes.
That way, no one here wears their family crest.
we give away the material belongings and our history, and now we belong to something greater.
Oh, this is a cult. We're in a cult right now.
We're showing our way to a cult. How does this happen? I look at him and says, yes, of
Oh
course.
dear.
Seems good.
A cult with a long way down.
A cult with all no. I've had a similar experience, though mine was more forceful with those bandits taking everything from me, from my cart.
From your cart, that's right, the cart.
Yes.
I forgot the second part of the lie, was that you're the mother.
Gotta give my baby some medicine.
We're ambushed. I'm gonna ask, can we get the tour, please? I
Yes.
just want to see the... I'm very fascinated.